For the last 6 months of the touring cycle, all we heard was, how are you gonna top the Blackening? So we got pretty sick of that question. And the reason we got sick of it was because we just didn't know. We didn't know what we were, like, we don't know. Like, how are we gonna top it? We don't know. We haven't started writing. We didn't know what we were doing. And so when we finally started writing, the first song that we came up with was This Is the End. The main riff was written on I wrote it on the Slipknot tour in Auckland, New Zealand. So that would have been like October 2008. I didn't really show it to the band. I wasn't even sure if it was Machine Head material. And then about June of 2010, so almost 2 years later, I started jamming the beginning and came up with the verse riff. And once I came up with the verse riff, it all fell into place for me. And so I came up with the classical beginning, which was a variation on the main riff. And then I called up Dave, and it had been about 2 months since we had stopped touring. And I called him up, I was like, we gotta jam. We were done, it was for us, it was such a huge moment because it was very difficult to play. Really, really hard song to play, but it was so awesome that it ended up setting this bar that was above our playing ability, his ability and my ability, and it was going to be something that we needed to work towards, it was a challenge. We had to reach this point. It was a cool precedent to set for the first song. Like, okay, we're not just coasting here. We got to get better. We got to be better, and it's going to take us a while. It probably took us about 4 months before we could actually play that song and have it down and sing. It's about a type of person, locust, so it's about, locust as a swarm of locust as a metaphor for a person who comes into your life, devours the crop, and then, on to the next harvest. And, it could be a friend, it could be a lover, it could be government, it could be a religion, it could be, whatever the listener, we purposely wrote it vague enough so that any of those things could apply.